Hello, I'm Scott Ahlstrom, and this is my topic presentation on Port Gwadar and why China is so happy to help build this. As we go through the presentation, we will first review what is Gwadar Port and where it is located, how it got started, and then we'll review why and how it benefits China. So Gwadar is a port city located on the coast of Balochistan in Pakistan. Its coast is near the Gulf of Oman in the Arabian Sea. The first image was taken from a satellite and gives you a good idea of how big the peninsula really is. The map shows the location of Gwadar and why it is so popular, which we'll talk about shortly. The peninsula was originally owned by Oman, the country across the Gulf, and Pakistan became interested in the area in 1954 when it started working with the U.S. Geological Survey to do a survey of the country's coastline. It was identified as being an appropriate site for a seaport. It wasn't until 4 years later, on December 8, 1958, that the area officially became part of Pakistan, and it was purchased for $3 million. The city began plans for the port around 2001 and was planned out in 3 different phases, which involved work being done not only along the coastline and sea but also inland. Pakistan and China had been the biggest investors in the process of construction and future plans. Phase 1 has already been complete, running from 2002 to 2006. And the port was inaugurated in 2007 by then Pakistani President Pervez Musharraf. The total cost was $248 million. We are currently in the second phase of development, which is slated to run until around 2029, with an expected cost of over $1 billion. The third phase is still in the working stages, but set to build from the years 2030 to 2045. As of 2018, the port has a total capacity of handling 30 million tons of cargo per year. By the end of Phase 2, they are hopeful for a capacity of 200 million tons of cargo, and with the completion of Phase 3 being able to handle 400 million tons of cargo per year. It was also announced in 2018 that 5 new berths were being added to the 3 currently in use, which would have capability of handling bigger ships. It is currently the deepest port in Pakistan, and future plans hope to make it the biggest in the region. Development and expansion of the port has been leased to China for 40 years. The development is ahead of its planned schedule, however, the Pakistani Senate feels things are still moving slowly. The Port of Singapore Authority, or PSA, signed a 40-year agreement for development and operation of the port in 2007. This ended, though, in 2013 as neither side had done what had been agreed upon. Pakistan failed to invest in infrastructure and failed to transfer land required for development through the Navy. The PSA did not invest the agreed $550 million into the port, blaming poor security situations in the region, as well as underuse of the port itself. In 2013 and until the present time, the China Overseas Port Holding Company has handled the contract for construction and operation of Gwadar Port. The contract stated that the port would remain the property of Pakistan but would be operated by the Chinese firm. It was agreed that 91% of the revenue generated from Gwadar Port would go to the China Overseas Port Holding Company, with 9% going to Gwadar Port Authority. Just one of the many reasons China is interested in investing in the port. So why is China interested? First of all, its location. It's in the westernmost part in Pakistan, allowing for links to the countries of Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan, among others. Its proximity to the Gulf of Oman and Strait of Hormuz is also crucial, as this is where an estimated 20% of the world's petroleum passes. This would allow for Gwadar to play a role in the world's energy market for many years to come, with the Middle East being home to roughly 2/3 of the planet's oil reserves. China is currently working on a project that has invested billions of dollars into, known as the Belt and Road Initiative. It was an infrastructure development by the Chinese government revealed in 2013 to invest in almost 70 different countries, with the China Development Bank alone putting up $890 billion for approximately 900 different projects. It's a plan to link China's east coast with Europe through both land and sea. For Pakistan, a trade route was inaugurated in 2016 where China would invest $62 billion to quickly modernize Pakistan's transportation networks, their energy infrastructure, and build up the economy. The project is known as the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC, as the yellow arrow highlights on the map, and links Kashgar City in Xinjiang, China, with Gwadar in Pakistan. Having such a shorter distance to both the Suez Canal and the Strait of Hormuz allows for a large increase in trade opportunities and revenue with multiple nations. So to further elaborate on why China is interested, the benefits it sees outweighs any of the risks. A new international airport will be built in Gwadar, a coal-fired power plant, 2 oil terminals, and a floating liquefied natural gas terminal. The 487-kilometer road built through the middle of Pakistan will be China's only land passage to the Middle East. A special economic zone is under construction with a large portion of land that was given to the China Overseas Port Holding Company as part of its 40-year lease. This special zone will include manufacturing zones, logistics hubs, and warehouses. All the businesses established there will be exempt from Pakistani taxes for over 20 years, and the port will give China a much safer and direct access route to the oil-rich Middle East, compared to the waterway trade route it currently uses through the Malacca Straits, which have been known to have pirates and not be very safe. The port cuts travel distance dramatically from 10 to 45 days, and oil pipelines are also being constructed, allowing for the hub of China energy needs. The Xinjiang region will also grow and attract further private and public investment, since prior to this plan it was an underdeveloped area for China. Overall, the return on investment for China in the next 40 years could be dramatic, and many in the United States are worried about how China is growing and gaining access to many areas, especially with the allied relationship shared with Pakistan. Some say China may use this port also for strategic military purposes, although many still doubt this from happening. Either way, by handling the contract and managing the land and resources available in Gwadar, China is only increasing its reaches and influence throughout the world. Here are the references I've used. Thank you.